everyone, and welcome to another very special episode of Dropped Femmes, where we basically tie up Zeke, Co, and JP and take over the show because we're better and we're awesome, and that's just basically the point here. We've been actually messing about for like the last, 20 minutes. So blame JP for everything because that's what we do here on Dropped Femmes. So yeah, if everybody could just type the king shit emote in chat, that'd be great.
Ooh, I'm on it.
I actually totally made that emote, by the way.
Where is it?
Julia, who made that.
Damn it, JP, why do you have so many emotes?
For being so popular, JP.
It doesn't matter if it's a global emote. It's a wicked emote, and people should sub just to use it because obviously, like, it's the best.
People are just gonna put hashtag FJP.
Yeah, there you go. That works too. Why not? There we go. See, that's beautiful. That's just. So we've got a couple new ladies with us, as opposed to who was on last time, and we've got some of the veterans like myself and Renee. So actually, I'm just going to pass it over to Renee. Basically, if you could just start off by telling us like what's new with you, what you've been doing, what you're all about, and then we'll just kind of go like in a circle.
Okay.
So, you guys in? Yeah.
Hello, guys. My name is Renee. You might have remembered me from last Dropped Femmes episode where we had Casey Tron with us. That was pretty interesting. That was an awesome good time. I've been a broadcaster for, 3 years? I don't know. How long has Twitch been a thing now? Like 3 years?
4 years. Just over 4 years.
So I guess since Twitch has been a thing, I've been a veteran broadcaster, I suppose. I'm a variety caster. I play all sorts of games. Lately, I've been going through all of the Fallout games, or Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, in preparation for Fallout 4, because it's my favorite series. And recently, I had a crazy subtrain, and then I cried on Twitch, and it was a good time. Yay! It was the best.
We cried with you,
crying is
Renee,
good.
so it's okay. I was like,
I still have the sock that I cried on. Look it.
Is it still?
You should frame it.
There's the sock that I was crying
Does it have
shadow
like
box
eye makeup all over it?
Yes,
It does. It has like mascara and like eyeliner. It's
oh, he's showing a picture of you crying.
oh God! Why would you do that?
Yes.
I started crying. It was crazy.
And you're
I've had some insane support lately on my channel, and it's been super amazing. Oh my God, I haven't watched myself cry. I haven't like actually watched back the VOD ever. Oh no.
That's what this is all about. We're here to embarrass ourselves.
Stop.
Yeah,
so that's basically it.
And Anne, do you want to tell us what's been up with you lately? How you've been doing?
I'm kind of a new streamer. I've been streaming for just over a year now, and actually because of Renee, I started playing Fallout 3 because I had never played Fallout 3 before, so I've been playing that. I'm gonna move on to New Vegas once I'm done with all the DLCs for Fallout 3. I've also been playing a lot of Rocket League, which you guys have probably seen me playing with JP and Day 9 recently. And I have not recently cried on stream. That's about it.
Good.
And it's emotionless.
So
I am pretty robotic. Yeah. Even like that episode of The Walking Dead, the really sad one, and I almost cried, but I didn't. So,
really?
Yeah,
I almost had an emotion.
I don't. You guys were like, I cry
actually
every day, and I was just like, I don't think I've cried in like, I don't think I've cried in months. I don't cry.
That's good. I mean,
I never used to cry until I turned like 22, and then I started crying all the time.
Oh.
But I never used to cry when I was younger. It was like I hit an age, and then everything suddenly started making me cry.
When I had my daughter, I cried like when I was pregnant. I cried every day for like probably the whole 9 months.
Oh yeah.
I was just like emotional about everything. Happy, sad. I laughed. I would cry. I would see a dog. I would cry. Yeah.
I just cried.
I would see a dog. I would
like,
cry. My coffee was really good that day. I cried. Like
such a good. I cried over a burrito once. That's a real story. I cried over a burrito. That's a real story.
Okay.
But was it like so good?
I couldn't eat it. No, because I couldn't eat. Anytime I tried to eat meat, it made me like want to gag. And so I like ordered this queso burrito that I was like so excited about. And it smelled good and it looked good. And I went to take a big, huge bite out of it. And as soon as I put it in my mouth, I wanted to throw up. And I was so sad because I really wanted to eat the burrito. I was like, I'm so hungry and it looks so good. And I cried over a burrito.
To be fair, if I couldn't eat really good Mexican food, I'd probably cry too. So
yeah,
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Welcome to Drop Femmes, where we talk about our emotions all the time. So that's the thing.
We're so emotional. I'm crying thinking about Aaron not being able to eat a burrito.
Legit though, I'll just put this in there. I actually cried during like all of the announcement stuff for Fallout, but we'll get to that later. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's not talk about that right now. Hold on. I have to prepare myself.
Cool.
Okay. And Erin, actually, did you want to like talk a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what's going on for you lately?
Sure. My name is Erin, also known as Aurelian. I've been streaming on Twitch for about 2 years. I started off on YouTube about 3 years ago, doing Minecraft content, and I guess more recently, the big news is that I'm Twitch's lead community manager. So that's kind of awesome. Yay! So I get to do really cool stuff that involves the Twitch community, Twitch, PAX Prime, PAX, all of the PAXs, all of the E3s, all of the TwitchCons, all that stuff. So I have a pretty awesome job, and I still broadcast, and I still do YouTube stuff. So,
and you don't sleep.
And I don't sleep ever. Yep. Most recently, I did cry on a video over Game of Thrones. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. So there you go.
Good. Okay. And
I recorded Renee. I'm there with you.
Yay!
I'm just a lowly admin. You know, that's about all I do. Also, you know, I do manage the 40-second community, and I like to take over JP's shows from time to time. I am the captain now. So, yeah, so that's the thing. And I actually thought it was really cool that we had a chance to have Erin come on the show because, as she just said, she is the community lead, and that's something that's just happened recently, right, Erin? Like, how recent was that?
We announced it at E3, so it was in the works a little bit before that, and then E3 was kind of like the official like announcement that, hey, this is my new role. So yeah.
What was your specific title before you did that? Like,
my title before that was Manager of Partner Experience. So the job that I'm doing as the community manager now is the same things that I've kind of been doing for a while. But it just made a lot of sense with Marcus doing all of the amazing stuff that he does with content throughout all of the conventions for Twitch Weekly, the things that we do kind of behind the scenes. It just made sense for him to focus on the content piece, and then for me to kind of move over into the community piece and start taking on some additional responsibilities in addition to the things that I was already doing, like the parties, like the meet and greets at the different conventions, things like that. With TwitchCon, I took on a whole bunch of extra responsibility. So it just was kind of a natural move. It's not like I completely shifted gears and went to something else. So
see, like, yeah. Because I remember
DJ Wheat. I see people in the chat like, who's Marcus? Marcus is DJ Wheat.
Yeah,
sorry.
Nobody knows him by Marcus. Like,
sorry, DJ Wheat. I'm so sorry.
The guy with the really awesome salt and pepper hair. Yeah.
Yes,
and with the cool kid. He's got the cool son.
Yeah,
everyone loves Mini Wheat.
Yeah, Mini Wheat, best Wheat. So that kid is pretty much cooler than almost anybody on Twitch.
That kid is better at my job than I am, and he's only been doing it for
like 9.
He's done it. He's 9, and he's done it like twice.
Yeah. I'm actually really surprised there is no Mini Wheat like global emote on Twitch, considering how like
like there's like a little asterisk yet.
Yet. Exactly. Yet. You're welcome, Twitch. We come up with all the awesome ideas.
Twitch has all the good ideas. We have that.
Yeah. And I actually thought it'd be really cool if we just kind of like took some time to kind of talk a bit about how the community is shaping up on Twitch, because it kind of feels like, at least for me, when I look back over the last 4 years-ish of Twitch's life, which is not very much time considering how long a lot of other like huge platforms that are globally known like have been around for, Twitch to me feels kind of like a baby. And in that time, it's become one of like the hugest, like it's 4th largest traffic in the USA. I don't know if that also applies to the entire world, but the other thing too is that like, I think about a year ago, there was about 6,000 partners, and now there's pretty much double that. And so it's kind of exponentially growing, which is also insane. And so I kind of feel like there's this changing dynamic that's kind of happening where community is becoming more and more powerful as the months go on Twitch. We're seeing that a lot on the subreddit too. It's reddit.com/r/Twitch. If you want to go click subscribe, and then you get to learn all the things. Anyways, so but yeah, we're noticing like a lot more traffic there. There's tons of really like helpful discussions that help people who are on any level of broadcasting learn about their channel and how to, better find success on Twitch. And that's something that we're seeing everywhere. I also saw some, I'll get to it in a bit later, but there's also some people trying to like make books about like how to be Twitch successful and all this kind of
Oh
stuff.
God.
Twitch for Dummies,
Like-
is that a
Really?
thing yet?
Twitch
Wow.
for dummies and like
There's
like get rich quick schemes, but it's like
Oh,
get
God.
partnered quick schemes. Oh no.
There is at least 5
Uh.
of these books. Actually, I want to just kind of give a shout out to Nerd Fusion because they're going to do like a book club about these books. I'm not kidding.
God.
They're going to read all of these books.
I
Now-
almost want to be a part of that, but then I
Right?
don't.
Yeah. It's best to just let them read it. But yeah, basically like that was drop frames not what? Okay. But yeah, basically they're gonna read all these books, and it was like one of the Reddit mods actually read one of them about a year ago and said that you almost get the feeling like it's trying to suggest that you buff your viewers in a different way, and it was just, they're really shady, so you got to be kind of careful where you get your sources from, and there's lots of community information out there, and I almost feel like the demand is stronger than the supply at this point because it's just so fastly like growing, and now there's actually enough of a community to support a convention on its own, which is insane.
It's so
So
exciting.
right, like
So exciting.
I don't even know what to expect exactly from TwitchCon. Like
Do
maybe Eric
you?
kind of let us know what's happening at TwitchCon. Like I know that
Yeah.
there's going to be panels, but
All I know is I'm not going to remember a single minute of it because I'm going to be drunk the entire time.
Great.
Just Renee, do me a favor and don't be drunk during your activities.
Yeah.
I'll be
help
sober.
me, help you. Yeah.
That's at like
so-
10 a.m. It'll be a problem if I was drunk at like 10 a.m. I'm not quite there yet. Okay.
Thank you.
yet.
Thank you. I will make sure you have plenty of coffee. Yeah. So TwitchCon is kind of a huge thing that I've been working on. It's been one of my biggest projects, and a lot of it's been behind the scenes. Like I know some partners have gotten emails like, "Hey, you have the opportunity to be involved in stuff at TwitchCon. You know, here's a survey. Fill this out, and we'll get to working on it." But I don't think that people are kind of aware of the breadth of like how big TwitchCon is and how many people are participating just with like panels alone. We have over, I think, like 190 different pieces of talent. And then in addition to that, we got like an additional 290 or 300 requests to participate in activities. So that's hundreds of people that have to have things coordinated, meet and greets and activities and panels and all of that. So from a broadcaster and a community perspective, there's going to be tons of representation at TwitchCon for all of the different communities. I mean, name a type of game genre and someone will be there, or multiple people will be there to represent that community. So it's really exciting.
So in 2 days, there's going to be hundreds of events with broadcasters.
Yes.
Like, is it strictly partners who are doing these events, or is it also non-partnered broadcasters that
Yep.
are also engaged?
So one of the things that we've been looking at for TwitchCon is not just something that it's going to be just a chance for you to come like, hey, I want to meet this broadcaster, and that's what that is. Like we've really taken a lot of time, and I'm so excited for you guys to finally start seeing more of the content come live and see what's on the website. Right now, you can go to twitchcon.com and see all of the panels that are up, which was a huge piece. DJ Wheat worked really hard on selecting those panels and kind of making sure that we were representing every single community. We have music, we have creative, we have speedrunning and poker and shooting games and how to run a business on Twitch and anything that would relate to anyone on TwitchCon, whether you're there to learn, whether you're there to see a broadcaster, whether you're there to learn like how can I start broadcasting, how can I better myself as a broadcaster. If I'm a viewer, how can I look at a community like someone who uses sign language? How can I watch them as a viewer and participate and be involved in that type of gaming? So there's a lot of stuff just from the panels that you can see already on TwitchCon, but in addition to that, you guys, if you've seen the awesome TwitchCon commercial, which like I get pumped about every time.
There's a TwitchCon commercial?
There is, and you have it in your email, Renee.
What?
Yeah.
When was there a TwitchCon commercial?
And
I emailed it to
the
you.
code thing that you tweeted
Like Renee's
about.
gonna go check her email, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. Like a video commercial?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, in
you
the
can
ticket
run it.
program thing.
Okay, never mind. I know what you're talking about. Okay, no, I knew that. Never mind.
So there is a huge LAN area, which we were like way excited about. There's going to be over 100 different computers. You can go in during any given segment and actually play with your favorite broadcasters during different hours. I'll have different games highlighted. And you'll be able to go play like against Renee, for example. Maybe she's going to be playing like some, I can't give away the name, but she'll be playing some games and you can go play some games with her and do that. So we'll have tons of computers. You can just walk in, play games, whether you want to play some super awesome exclusive titles that we're going to have at TwitchCon. Really excited about that.
Or just exclusive titles.
Okay. So
cool.
excited. And yeah, so we had that. That is just one other piece is the LAN area. And then we're going to be doing meet and greets. So we're going to have a huge section. If you guys have been to a PAX before, you know that we do like a panel of meet and greets. We're actually going to have booths for each one of the sets of broadcasters that will be running throughout the entire duration of TwitchCon. So you can go at any given moment and meet a broadcaster. And we have like, it's something ridiculous, like over 100 and something different slots. So that's pretty excited. We have panels. We have the LAN stuff. We have meet and greets. We have Expo Hall that's going to be there. They're going to
what's going to be that? Like, is that like one of those big show floors, kind of like PAX Prime?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So we're going to have some really cool exhibitors. I can't give too much away about that yet, but there's going to be an exhibit hall. We will have an awesome section for you to show up and learn more about how to use different pieces of technology that are related to broadcasting. So that will be really exciting. And then we have some awesome stuff. Oh man, I want to give away all of it.
I'm so excited.
I can't.
About it.
But yeah, so I've been told to not give away too many spoilers about TwitchCon. But the exciting thing is that the content piece is all coming together. It's all pretty well in its way to being finalized. And then once we confirm with everybody who's participating that they're good to go, we'll be able to release all of that on the website.
Awesome. So
yeah.
like, and that's basically all you, right? You're the one who's orchestrating all of these pieces, right?
It's not just me. I mean, obviously there is a huge team of people that I rely on. The partnerships team is essential in helping me, you know, if I say like, hey, we have this awesome section in the LAN area that has this awesome first-person shooter, like tell me who would be great in this first-person shooter. I am the community manager, but I am also not like the holder of knowing all of the broadcasters on Twitch because we do have thousands of partners. So I do have a team that I rely on to help me pick out and to help me sort through all of the requests that we get to make sure that we're getting a huge variety of people and making sure that we're putting people where it makes the most sense. I also forgot to tell you we have broadcaster pods, so people will be broadcasting live from TwitchCon in their own broadcasting rooms. Yeah, it's like a it's a room. It's a secret like room where you're
it's not
fully
secret. You just told us about it.
It's a secret that I wasn't supposed to say. Whatever. It's a room. Like there's these individual rooms with like computers where people can come in and broadcast live from TwitchCon. So like you can just be like, I'm at TwitchCon. I want to go live to my audience because it's been a day or two, and they can just go in and broadcast.
Okay, see, that's super cool because one thing that's always a problem at other conventions is that they go 4 or 5 days, and every person I know is like, man, I really miss streaming. Like, I can't stream because my hotel has no internet, or it's like really crap internet, and you can't stream from the convention because, you know, there's no setup for it. So actually creating something where people can still be in touch with their communities is really cool because I definitely think that's a real pull. I mean, especially during convention season, people want to go to every single one, but then you kind of have to trade off. It's not just that you can't afford to go to the mall. It's also that you don't want to like be away from streaming too much. So that's a huge challenge every season.
And it'll be a really great opportunity too for people who haven't maybe experienced broadcasting before and they're just interested in learning how it works, to have teams of people on hand who can help walk them through it. So it'll be a really great just overall experience for like our seasoned broadcasters, for new broadcasters, for people who are just looking to kind of get that experience. We do that at PAX now. You can watch people broadcasting live from Twitch or from PAX, like you can see the PAX, you know, people behind you. But now instead of having one, we're going to have multiple ongoing all at one time. So, and there's going to be a special twist to that, which I can't really give away either. But yeah,
man,
it's going to be
so many, like, there's too much teasing going on right now.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. And I think the thing I'm most excited about is that we've been working really hard to make sure that we're including large broadcasters, medium broadcasters, small broadcasters. We're including all of the gaming communities. Like, this really should be a great representation for anybody who's a fan of Twitch to show up to TwitchCon and say, like, I had a Twitch experience. Like, I got to learn, I got to see broadcasters, I got to learn how to broadcast or things that relate to me as a viewer. And you should be able to walk away with at least a few pieces of information that you didn't have before that are interesting and relevant to you. So we've been working really hard on making sure that we relate TwitchCon to pretty much anybody who watches Twitch.
That's what I'm like the most excited about, is that it's like anybody can go to it, it sounds like. And I mean, this is the first time, so I'm saying, it sounds like it's going to be that kind of thing where if you're brand new, like you haven't started streaming yet, or you're interested in it, or you've been streaming for a couple months, like you're going to be able to go and learn new things. And then I'm really excited as someone, I mean, I've only been streaming for a year, but like I feel like, I kind of get the gist of it, but I get to learn from people who have been doing it for 3 or 4 years, and I get to hear kind of maybe things in a new way that I didn't really think about them, or like they're doing making a career out of broadcasting, like learning how to work with your brand. And like the one that is, I wrote down a couple that I'm interested in, the staying sane, the ups and downs of content creation, like doing the same thing every day, like that kind of thing that starts to wear on you over time. And learning how to handle all that stuff, I'm really excited about. So it's cool that it's good for new people and veterans. And
it was really great to get so many people excited about participating. We got so many panel submissions from broadcasters, like the one ups and downs of content creation. Those broadcasters submitted that panel because they wanted to give back to their community.
Right.
So a large part of the cool thing about TwitchCon for me is because I didn't just start working for Twitch. I was a Twitch broadcaster before. I had been around. And so for me, it's awesome to kind of see Twitch as this smaller type thing. And like now, we're posting links about how we like beat CNN, and like we're growing, and our community is not just growing, they're giving back. Like they want to share their experiences with other broadcasters. They want to share that experience with their community. They want to give back in as many different ways as we can. So, I mean, I think it's just,
that's what makes Twitch like so awesome is that when I first, like when I was new to streaming and I first kind of met Waffle, and he was like talking about how it's not like a competition. Like I'm not trying to fight Renee for like views and Fallout, or I'm not like trying to fight, I'm not looking at you guys as competition. It's like we all want to help each other, which is what makes Twitch really awesome, is that everybody, like, all these people submitting these panels wanted to tell other people about their experiences. And that's really awesome.
Yeah. That's it. That's actually one thing that I've always felt is different between like as a YouTuber, like somebody who transitioned from a YouTuber to a streamer. Like as a YouTuber, I felt like I was constantly in competition with other people, even people who were my friends, like people who I would record with. I felt like I was in constant competition with them. And with streaming, I don't feel that way at all. Like we might play the same game or something, but it's all, I don't know, it's different in some way. I just don't feel it because we have like our own communities. So we're all different products. So I guess I just never like feel the need to compare myself to anybody, like any other streamers.
Right.
I feel like the more, despite how big Twitch continues to get, I kind of feel like the one thing that we've maintained is a sense of family and community, where like we haven't distanced ourselves as either as broadcasters or, as a company from the people that make us what we are, right? As a broadcaster, like I constantly can reach out to my community and say like, hey, I'm going to be at this event, and people want to come, say, hey, thanks for all of your content. Thanks for giving me stuff to watch. Hey, you made my day better when I was feeling bad. And no matter how big it gets, Renee, no matter how many, donation or sub-trains she gets, will continue to have that same sense of closeness with her community. And I feel like the site overall, that's kind of the theme that a lot of broadcasters have reiterated. I know that Eat My Diction just did a video about it, about how he was really close with his community and why he was preferring Twitch. So
it's a really great video. I would recommend a lot of people to watch it, because I think a lot of people, I think the things he says and talks about resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I have a question actually. I don't know what kind of stats you can see in terms of ticket sales, but if we're thinking of all these broadcasters coming to this event and all of their communities coming as well, do you know like what the kind of ratio from like the viewers to the broadcasters might be, and if it's something that's sort of meeting the mark that Twitch expects? Is it heavy on broadcasters, or is there a good, like, I guess, population of viewers that are coming as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at how big the facility is that we're holding, the number you can see, you can go to twitchcon.com/guests and see all of the broadcasters who have said that they're coming to TwitchCon, right?
Mhm.
And on that page, I think there's like about 500 people, but the convention itself holds thousands of people, right? So we've tried to keep that in mind as we're planning content and as we're looking at the events that we're holding, is that there are a lot of people who are coming to learn about becoming a partner broadcaster. How can I grow my stream? How can I start broadcasting? But there's equally as many people that are there to learn about the experience, to learn about the different communities, to learn about how they can give back, whether it's through moderation bots or through whatever. And so we're trying to really appeal to everyone kind of in that same ratio. I don't have exact numbers of like what that ratio looks like, but I mean, you can look at the page and see that it's not focused only on broadcasters or only on viewers. I think that there's a really good mix and ratio of stuff to do and representation from kind of all of those communities.
Right. I remember the weekend ticket sales sold out. I think it was in like an hour or something.
It was like a few
Yeah,
minutes,
they sold out fast.
Yeah, they did.
I know that the daily tickets are still available. So like
I don't know for how much longer though. So if you're going to go to TwitchCon, make sure you go to twitchcon.com and buy your tickets. And use JP's code below.
No, use my code.
He told me to
use my code. This is where the competition starts. Twitch is tearing us apart.
His code.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the whole family thing is just gone. It's like, no, use my code.
Screw you guys. I have my own 6-digit code.
I will tear you apart, Anne. Use my code.
You can go to a lot of broadcasters now have codes that will get you 10% off of your ticket sales. So you can go there, get 10% off your ticket, and come meet people. And there were some awesome Teespring shirts that went up that were up the last 2 weeks, and now we have another round of Teespring shirts that are up this time, where if you're going to meet a broadcaster and you want to get some expedited access to their meet and greet, you can buy their Teespring t-shirt.
Right. Or if you just want a purple Twitch broadcaster shirt, because you'll never be able to sell this again.
Who doesn't want a purple Twitch shirt?
I'm not wearing a purple shirt.
I've got a lot. Wow. I've got a lot of them. But yeah, okay. So like there was so many ticket sales for the weekend that it sold out, and then the daily ones are still available. But the like what? How did? I mean, I just can't fathom running a convention. Like to me, it just seems mind-bogglingly huge of a task. So, and I know that like a friend of ours, Jesse Cox, he actually runs his own little convention just for his fans, which is nuts. He's actually doing it in London, I think. So I'm going to go check it out and see how one person manages to run his own convention. I think it's much smaller, obviously. Yeah. But in planning a convention, how do you measure success? Like, how do you kind of look at like the first ever of its kind and go, okay, well, we don't have anything to necessarily compare this to. This is for an entirely new demographic that none of the other conventions have done before. How does Twitch just go, we would call this a success if X? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I think that
because I want more, so I'm hoping we get whatever success that is.
So I think that it comes in a couple of different ways, right? Success that we're looking at TwitchCon, like this was really our opportunity to kind of give back to our community and to gauge what we could provide as a service for the people that spend time on our website, right? So in terms of like how we're officially deeming it a success, that I don't really have the answer for that. But I mean, for me, it's really important as the community manager that I measure success in how people feel about TwitchCon. If they walk away from TwitchCon feeling like they took something home, whether that's a sense of community, whether they learned something, whether they walk out being more prepared to be a broadcaster, the feedback that we are going to get from TwitchCon is what's going to determine whether or not that was a success, right? For me personally, that's how I'll look at it. So it's really essential. I think sometimes people have feedback that they want to give to us, or they have suggestions or ideas, and we welcome those. Like I can't learn or I can't adjust things and I can't make the next experience better without the feedback from our broadcasters and from our community. So that's where we're kind of lean on you guys to tell us like, hey, this was really great. Next year, let's adjust this. Hey, this thing was like really awesome. Don't change that.
Okay, well,
Shannon's writing down. I know how Shannon works.
I so am.
Shannon's already writing down her list of things that she she wants me to change.
I have
Well,
ideas.
there's like because it's the first, like, because this is the first of its kind, it reminds me of Henry Ford had a quote where he says, like, if I had asked my customers what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. Because like they don't, they can't think of something that doesn't exist. And so like this is the first time that this is happening. So we won't know, like, and I'm sure Twitch, like you guys have plans and you guys are, I think it looks like so far doing a great job of just like putting everything together. But I think that, there's things that you won't know until we actually do it and have have the whole thing. And then after that, then we'll be able to say, okay, so next year, now we know that we shouldn't do this and we should do this. And like, there's a great idea that somebody had for this. And so, but I think, the first one is we're really going to kick off with a bang, it sounds like.
That's the other thing. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just say that's the plan, is to really kind of kick it off in the biggest way possible. I think we've had a lot of good trials because in the last year, we've started doing the meet and greets at PAX, and we've started the live broadcasting from our booth just this year. We started that at PAX South, and I kind of helped get that program running. So it's been helpful for me to see what works and what doesn't, because we're taking some of those lessons and applying it to TwitchCon, right? So that's the I guess point where like I lean on you guys to tell me like what works and what doesn't, because we're kind of growing into all of these experiences, and while they're really exciting, like we're kind of doing the whole thing from scratch. So we're excited, and we're hoping that we're doing everything right. But community feedback is obviously one of the most important things to us and to me, and making sure that we're getting everything that everybody wants and doing the best that we can.
There's no way it can be as bad as the Tumblr convention, so don't worry about it. You'll be fine. As long as there's no random like kiddie pool of like fake of what is it, a ball pit, then we're fine.
Like half inflated.
So
bouncy
cancel the ball pit is what you were saying.
cancel.
Yeah, get rid of the ball pit.
Okay.
Get rid of the ball pit. It's not a good. It's not as good of an idea as you think.
I will take out the ball pit and put in more broadcaster pods.
I can't even. Wait, I just need to back up for a second. There's a Tumblr convention. Is this
There
literally
was.
just like pictures of cats, sushi everywhere? Is that what this is?
Somebody tried to do a Tumblr convention. Yeah, it was called DashCon, and
like Rainbow Dash?
So cringe.
I don't know.
Tumblr
I don't know much about it because I didn't really. I was like TumblrCon. I just scrolled right past it. But all I remember seeing is the aftermath of this con that people bought tickets for, and then nobody showed up, and then like they had a ball pit, and there was like nothing. Like that's all they had. It was like the weirdest thing. It was weird. It was so weird.
Not gonna lie. Totally want a ball pit now at TwitchCon.
We are having a Twitch party, which is going to be...
Get a ball pit in the Twitch party!
Which is going to be majorly amazing. So if you haven't bought your TwitchCon tickets yet, don't forget to buy the ticket to the party. You have to have a TwitchCon ticket in order to buy the party pass. Okay. But once the party passes are sold out, they're sold out there. And
are they still available?
They are still available. Yep.
Can I ask what the capacity is for this party? Because I know all the other parties just... like insane traffic for them, insane demand, and they sell out they don't even sell out. They're just gone.
It is going to be one of the most epic experiences. So I will highly encourage everybody to buy their party pass and go to TwitchCon.
Twitch with your freaking parties. Oh my god, you guys go so nuts.
Like, the Twitch parties are the only reason I go to PAX most of the time.
It was
honestly.
Well, did you see at Evo, Jericho and Firefox didn't go to Evo. They flew to Vegas just to go to the Twitch party.
Yep.
They were flying back to LA. Like they literally flew just for the Twitch party, and then
Allie did as well.
That should tell you something about our Twitch party. So if you haven't ever had the chance to experience a Twitch party at a PAX or at an Evo or E3, I would definitely suggest making sure that you don't miss the one at TwitchCon, because we're gonna
to just kind of also paint the scene here for just how much like the Twitch party is hype. Like, I'm not technically staff, I'm an admin, so I don't have internal access to things like the guest list and understanding what capacity is and any of that stuff. And every single PAX, without fail, I'll have like my game developer friends who are from England who don't really have the kind of connections to all the PAXs in America. They'll come up to me at like the last minute and they'll just be like, please, we have to get into the Twitch party. Like, the best party. We need to go.
And that's when Shannon tweets me and says, Aaron,
can you help? Please help.
She's the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, okay,
Don't
like,
put that responsibility on me, Anne.
I'm sorry.
everyone.
I mean, she has nothing to do with it. No
Aaron
one
to handle
Nothing.
it for you. Yeah.
Just I don't exist. I'm like the Homer backing into the bush. Just
Yeah, just
just going
I
behind.
need a gif of that. I need a gif of just backing into a
Would
bush.
somebody please make a gif of that? Just edit
Oh my
Homer's face to be Aaron's face.
I'm on it. I will do it during the show.
And the bush is like purple.
The secret is out. Aaron is like the gatekeeper. So
I am not the gatekeeper. I am involved,
she
but
is
I am not the only gatekeeper.
And I was kind of thinking, like, okay, if just thinking about conventions as a whole, like, it's true what Renee said. Like, sometimes I'll only go to a convention legit just because I know the Twitch party is going to be amazing and all of my friends are going to be there. I'm not interested in seeing games because once you've been to 6 or 7 conventions, you've seen every single game that's going to be released that year, that's going to be talked about that year, unless something like a curveball comes out of nowhere, right? So,
but usually the curveballs come out of nowhere, not even at the convention. They come. Like Rocket League wasn't at any. I don't remember Rocket League even being at any of the PAXs recently, and it's huge. But, yeah,
exactly. That's a great. That's an excellent example. But I mean, if especially like the most recent, the newest addition to PAX, which was PAX South, right? Like that was a new one that didn't exist up until this year, and I remember when they announced it, we were all kind of like, really, San Antonio? I looked at the population count on Wikipedia and it wasn't very much. And I was just kind of like, maybe somewhere else that has a really high, I don't know. And so, oh, great. Now JP's mad at me for talking shit about Texas. I actually really love sorry. I'm about to get
JP doesn't even like Texas that much.
In front of my face. This is not good. But yeah, like it was a tiny PAX, to be fair.
I think it served a need though. I think they have an idea because I do hear a lot of the times that like you have Seattle and you have Boston and they're on 2 complete different coasts. It sucks for someone on the West Coast to have to drive or to fly all the way to the East Coast. It sucks for East Coast people to fly all the way to the West Coast. I mean, that's a long flight. I'm lucky that I live in the Midwest where it's like a 4-hour flight max anywhere I want to go. Right. But for a lot of people, they can't fly or they want to drive. I think that San Antonio is like maybe their solution on like, here's like this Midwest kind of place where like people can drive to. It's a big like airport hub. People can get there. But I don't know. I don't know if it was because it was the first one or if it just, I don't know. Maybe it was the timing. Like it wasn't it like a month and a half before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how PAX
was.
Prime and TwitchCon are. They're like right close together.
Yep. Because it was at the end of January, and then we had PAX East in
Beginning of March. Yeah.
And I remember looking at the count for population at PAX South. I think it was something around 40,000, I think. Yeah. And I think PAX East is somewhere around 70,000. And PAX South definitely had this feeling because it was all just in one auditorium that or expo hall, whatever you want to call it. That basically when you walk in, Twitch had managed to pick the prime spot. It was front and center right when you walked through the ticket gate. And I remember the feeling that came from that one was a very special feeling. There was a huge open space where there was no other booths or anything because it was still just the landing spot. And so what ended up happening was all the streamers picked that spot to basically hang out and then tweet out saying, this is where I'm hanging out for the next hour if you want to come chat or whatever. Right. And it became this unofficial just landing spot for meet and greets. Like totally unscheduled. That's just how it kind of, evolved. And then from that, Twitch ended up becoming, in my opinion, probably also very biased, the anchor for PAX South. That's kind of how it felt. And then it felt like everybody just kind of wanders the floor after stopping at the Twitch booth. Would you say that okay, you know what? I know you and I talked about this a couple weeks ago when you were here for Minecon. Yeah. So can you maybe just walk us through a little bit about the evolution of the Twitch booth?
Yeah. So this year, if you guys have ever seen a Twitch booth in the past, like we've always had kind of the same core elements. We have like the main stage where we have like our primary content being broadcast and interviews with developers and new games and things like that. We have like some meeting rooms for Twitch staff if they're going to be meeting with media or whatever. And we have the front desk section. And then there's usually some kind of like game demo, whether it's like Vainglory. We had Tome one time. So like I think there's always one section where you can try out a new game, learn more about broadcasting, ask questions. So there's always kind of been those core elements. At PAX Prime last year was the first time that we had ever done meet and greets. And we were like, hey, let's just use the front desk for this. Because we had no idea what to expect from that, what kind of traffic was going to be pulling from that. We knew people hung out in the Twitch booth, but I like being naive. We have really comfortable carpet in our Twitch booth. Like if you guys have ever stepped on the carpet, like you just want to lay on it, which is really gross, but it's so comfy compared to like the hard like convention floor.
Yeah.
So for us to know, what kind of traffic and not be able to expect that, we had it and we were like, there were so many people that showed up to meet those broadcasters knowing that they would be there. We were like, all right, this is definitely something that is a huge attraction to our booth. And as far as we were aware, there weren't other places for broadcasters to actually do like an official, I will be here, I will have things to sign, you can come meet me. There weren't any other places to do that. And so when we were thinking about the booth for this year, we were like, why don't we just build it in? Like, why don't we just build it into the booth? So we built our entire back section of our Twitch booth has like a bar kind of area where you can walk up in line and line up around the side and come by and meet your broadcasters. They have a place to sit. It's like eye level. You can take pictures. It's built into the booth. And then that's kind of where we came from like the live broadcasting station too, is that we thought, well, this would be a really great opportunity to give people a chance to experience what PAX is like live and see the action going on, not just what's on the main stage. And so that kind of also evolved into that. And we still have those elements. We still have the stage. Obviously, it's a little bigger than it was before. We might have to make it bigger because of the whole
every
DJ
time I've
Salt
gone to
thing.
PAX, like the booth just gets a little tiny bit bigger every single time I
We're
come to
pushing
PAX.
like the boundaries of booth space now. I think we've like fulfilled like the whole real estate of
also,
how
when
big
you
we
said
did it.
bar area for a second, I was like, really? And then I was like,
No,
you mean like the actual like a bar, not like
the
a
outside,
drinking bar. I was like, damn
where
it.
the signings happen.
No.
It surprises me how much you guys manage to put into the Twitch booth, because like everybody else, they've just got like a table with like a curtain behind it and they've got like stuff up, and Twitch has got like, there's a door and there's like these separate rooms with like glass walls that you can go and hang out in, and then they've got like all their all the stuff for running the main show that you guys broadcast and everything, and then there's just like TVs along the side. It's
what
insane.
people don't realize, behind the stage there's actually a huge production studio behind the stage. Like no one sees it. There's like guys back there with like AV equipment and like computer monitors everywhere, and they're like have headsets and they're like radio in like, okay, you're gonna be live in 5 seconds, and it's crazy. It's like an actual like big production studio behind there. But
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And you were saying something about exclusive titles for games being like played or shown at TwitchCon. I'm not gonna ask which ones, because I know that you said like you can't say. So fine. You don't want to give us any cool stuff, then fine. But I like. Do you imagine that there's going to be an ability for, like, I know that you were saying that you can play with your favorite caster. So is there also going to be an area where it's just for like it's not scheduled for meet and greet type plays, where it's just literally an entire area where people can just kind of come in and they don't have to schedule something?
Yep. So there will be an opportunity for there to be just kind of like a free play section where you can just come in, you can check out the titles that we have, you can just sit down and play for a few minutes and get to experience the games that we have, or you can participate in like this scheduled kind of like section, like, okay, now we're going to be playing Minecraft during this hour, and if you want to play whatever game against your favorite Minecraft, we'll use me because I play Minecraft, I want to play against Aurelian, you can come and you can actually do that.
Okay.
So
okay, cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah.
I had asked a question a while ago and I don't remember if anyone responded to me, but not on the show, just in life. I was wondering if they're going to be, because there's a lot of panels and there's a lot of them that are overlapping. Are you guys going to be streaming like all of them, or just like the main ones? You're going to be streaming all of them?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Are you guys going to do also like the recordings and stuff so I can watch them later?
The VODs.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I do believe that that's in there. I'm not going to like speak to exactly how it's going to be organized, but I mean, I can't imagine that we wouldn't have them on, but I do know that we will have everything being broadcast. So you'll be able to see like the main stage. We'll still have, in addition to all of the panel rooms, we'll still have the same main stage type stuff that we have at every convention.
Cool.
Yeah, so we'll have, we have 3 panel rooms, which you guys can see now, which are Sandstorm and Bible Thump and you're gonna get Frank or Z. And then we also have Kappa, which is like our big main theater that holds 5,000 people.
The names
So
of the theaters.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
right?
really great.
There's
Cool.
the PogChamp Theater. Come on.
When we were doing Sandstorm, we wanted to just do like the emo of the guy instead of calling it Sandstorm. But we didn't know if you would know how to pronounce that or not. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so we have those, and then we have Kappa, and then we have the main stage, and then we also have all the broadcaster pods. So you guys will get tons of content for TwitchCon, and even if you're not able to make it there, you will still be able to have that experience at home.
That's
So,
a really
like
good
that's
point,
even better than like PAX and stuff, because PAX, if you miss a panel, that's it, like you missed it, you know. But
Yeah.
like if I can go
Some
home
of
and then
them-
watch
some of them are live streamed.
yeah,
Not
but if I can go
Yeah,
home and like watch
yeah.
the VODs, the ones that I couldn't go to because I had to choose between one or the other, like
Yeah.
that's awesome. It's a good
Yeah.
resource too for people. If I'm like, oh, I went to this panel at TwitchCon, and if they couldn't make it there, then I can be like, go check that out. You know, like they had a lot of really good points. So
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
too, like I don't know what TwitchCon, because obviously when PAX kind of do their thing, they sort of say, oh, we're expecting 70,000 concurrents or whatever for this event for the weekend or something, like IRL, not on stream. I don't know how much Twitch is expecting for the convention over the course of both days.
Yeah.
But it's really, to me, it would be really important to have that kind of accessibility for the content that's going to happen, because that's always such a, it makes it feel like it doesn't really apply to you if you can't engage in it because you can't go, or maybe you just live in a different country, or you're just not interested in going to conventions for whatever reason. But you still kind of want to know what the buzz is about the content, or maybe there was something that you wanted to learn about. So that to me is incredibly important. I'm really happy to hear that, because I also know how hard it is to get like reliable internet in those kinds of convention centers.
Well, and the thing is that when we were going through the panels and looking at them, we realized like these are some amazing pieces of content. Like there are some really helpful, informative panels that are going on, and some of them are entertaining, but a lot of them are really educational, and a lot of them are topics that maybe haven't been hit on the Reddit or haven't been hit, on the site, like how to really make yourself into a brand. How does that turn into merchandising? How we have like some of our own Twitch design people giving advice on how to make your Twitch design better, like on your stream. Like there's some awesome pieces of content that are going to be up. So it'll be really great for people to be able to see that if they're not there in person.
Definitely.
Like, I think, I mean, let's be honest, real talk for a second. The Twitch bot system could totally be handled better. Like, I wish we could just like, I know that it's something that everybody would like to have, and I'm sure it's something that's on the docket, but I mean, Jesus, you need engineers that are literally bots in order to like just plan everything that the site needs. So I would really, really, really hope that after everything's said and done and TwitchCon is over, if we can make suggestions right now, that we could get like a really cool layout just on like a page that just has all the cool panel topics and the different whatever other events are being shown, just like, here it is, post-convention, click on whatever you want. It's got a title, boom, bam. Because I worry that people won't be able to find those educational and entertaining resources as easy. And so that's something that if I could make one suggestion, that would be mine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes. I have absorbed the information, and I will pass it on.
She's going to make it herself. She'll code it for you. She's got it.
God.
Sweet.
You're gonna get like
Erin already knows how to do everything, so yeah, I'm not surprised.
You need a website. It's gonna end up like I'll just send you to Tumblr. I can't even fix my Tumblr background. Don't ask me to like go to the website.
I think okay. JP's letting me know that we can totally go for our first break. So
Yay!
Awesome.
Refill those coffees, everybody.
Let's come back and talk about more games.
Yeah, because this is the time where I talk about Fallout for an hour. Okay, see you soon.
Yay, Fallout!